Hey YouTube, it's MasterHodor with a battle against Pat in this video, also known as RuneMaster0809, 0809 actually, I believe. He is a ghost type Pokemon master. He loves his ghost types, and he does very well with them. I highly suggest you go check out his page. I'll leave the link to his Twitter and to his YouTube channel in my description here, underneath. He is a master at these ghosts. He has a counter for just about every type of strategy against a ghost that you can imagine. He's ready for it, and he will surprise you with his tricks. He's got the Bayonet, H/Cophagrigus, Golurk, Gengar, and Chandelure. Now I know he has a couple different types of Chandelure. I was pretty sure he was going to bring the Scarf Chandelure, which would outspeed my Greninja, which is the biggest threat to his team on mine. I also have the Arcanine, Gliscor, Scizor, Togekiss, and Porygon 2. So like I said, I knew my Greninja could outspeed and one-hit shot probably his entire team if given the chance. But like I said, he's got a strategy for that. And it's not as easy as it sounds, especially with that Scarf Chandelure carrying the Energy Ball. So yeah, let's get this battle started. My main strategy was to try to get my Greninja in a safe place where he could take out the rest of the team. And I knew that wasn't going to be easy. He wasn't going to let me do it right away. He was going to be ready for that. So he leads with his Chandelure, and I lead with my Arcanine because I figure I don't really have too much to fear from his team with my Arcanine except the Golurk. And really, I wasn't going to use my Arcanine for much of his team anyway. I didn't think I needed too much, so I thought it was just a safe way to lead and see what he was going to start with. He goes for an Energy Ball, but I had switched in my Togekiss, so that really does hardly anything. My Togekiss takes special hits very well, physical hits too, but it's a mixed wall and it does very, very, very well. He takes the Chandelure out of there and goes for the Cophagrigus. Now this is his strategy against a fast Greninja. He brings out his Cophagrigus, sets up a Trick Room, and proceeds to basically let his slower Pokemon outspeed the rest. So I knew I wasn't gonna be able to bring in my fast Greninja and be able to do well right away. I bring in my Scizor. I know he has the Will-O-Wisp, and I knew this was risky, but I wanted to bring in my Scizor and just try to get some sort of damage off on him. And I knew I had the Pursuit, so I wanted to go for the Pursuit. And he does get that Trick Room up. I go for a Swords Dance to get my attack up a little bit so I can hit that harder, but he does get that Will-O-Wisp off on me. And now that Swords Dance was basically for nothing. I'm not going to be able to hit him hard with this Pursuit. I do get some damage off. It's super effective, obviously, but it's not enough. And I do get the Mummy instead of the Technician, now meaning my hits are going to hurt even less. So I stay in here. I know I don't want to switch out and take an attack on anything else. It's actually boosting right now. It's going for the nasty plot, and so this is actually a really bad situation for me. That Cophagrigus is very bulky and very tricky to work around, and so my strategy on it was to just try to get rid of it in any way I could. Because I knew as long as it was around to set up the Trick Room, my main strategy for this battle was not going to work. He does get the Hex off on me, since I'm burned. That does a ton of damage, and my Scizor is out of there. That's okay though. Like I said, the Scizor wasn't really going to be a big threat in this battle anyway, along with my Arcanine. I just didn't see them as very, very necessary. He's still boosting with these nasty plots, so this thing is going to hit hard. I get the Toxic off with my Gliscor, which I'm very happy about. I'm glad he went for the boost actually instead of the attack right there, so that my Gliscor could at least get status on him. And I know now that I'm going to be poisoned with the Toxic Orb, that Hex is going to come in and KO me. So I need to switch out of there before my Gliscor goes down in one hit. So I bring in my Porygon 2 to take the Ghost type attack that I knew was coming in. And I know this Cophagrigus can't actually hit my Porygon 2 directly, so I know this is actually a pretty safe way to stay in and try to chip away at this Cophagrigus now that it's poisoned. So I'm going to stay in here and I'm gonna go for ice beams and just try to wear this thing down. I know it can't hit me directly, it only has the Will-O-Wisp, so it does set up another trick room. I was really upset about that, because now I know I gotta stall out another trick room after I take this thing down, but at least I know now that it is gonna go down pretty soon, and after it is, I can just stall out that trick room and not have to worry about being outsped by his whole team again. So he gets the burn off on my Porygon 2. I do get another Ice Beam off, and since it is toxic, this Cofagrigus is going to go down on this turn, and that is a major part of his strategy taken care of. But at what loss? I lost my Scizor, and I have a burned Porygon 2 now, so that's not great for me. But I'm still in a good position, I think. He sends in his Golurk, and I know this thing has super effective Dynamic Punch on me. However, he forgot that my Porygon 2 traced the Mummy, so now instead of that no guard, his Golurk is going to have Mummy, and all of his attacks are going to have much less accuracy with them. So now that's another very strong Pokemon on the other team that isn't quite as reliable for my opponent as it used to be. That Mummy can work for you and it can work against you. So I'm really glad I managed to get that switched over to the Golurk, because no guard Dynamic Punch is nothing to mess with. I switched into my Togekiss to take another Dynamic Punch, and unfortunately he does hit it, even though it's only got 50% accuracy now, and my Togekiss is now confused. But that's okay. He takes out his Golurk, since he knows he doesn't want to stay in against my Togekiss right here, and he brings in his Gengar, his Dark Prestige. I'm still confused, and this gives his Gengar a chance to set up, actually. I was really surprised that at this set on the Gengar, I'm sure it's a common one, I don't see it a lot. He goes for a substitute, and with the Black Sludge, this is almost like a Gengar that's trying to stall me out, which is really interesting because Gengar has terrible defense, but it is effective right now. At least the Trick Room went away, so now I don't have to worry about the weird speed calculations and having his slow ones outspeed my fast ones. I know it's a lot safer for my Greninja to come in now. I bring in my Gliscor. I know I can't hit that I can't hit the substitute hard, but I knew the Sludge Bomb was going to come in, and I wanted to save my Togekiss for later. So I brought in my Gliscor just to absorb that Sludge Bomb right there, and yeah, basically that, just to save my Togekiss right there. He did his job. I bring him back out, and I switch into my Porygon 2 because I know it can take another Sludge Bomb, or whatever comes in, and I can at least try to break that sub now. He goes for the Shadow Ball on the switch, which was smart, except Porygon 2 just loves to avoid those ghost attacks. So he switches back to Sludge Bomb, but I know I can break that sub with an Ice Beam, and that's exactly what I go for. I break the sub. Now he gets greedy here, and instead of setting up another substitute, which would have been bad news for me, he decides to go for the KO on my Porygon 2, which I'm fine with. I'm okay with him getting taken down now. He's burned anyway, and I really didn't want to keep him around longer than I had to. He did his job pretty well. So Porygon 2 goes down, but now that Gengar is not behind a sub, and I can safely bring in my Greninja finally and take that thing out with a Dark Pulse. So now that's another very strong Pokemon on the other team that I have taken care of. And I'm actually really surprised with myself, because these ghosts are tough. RuneMaster is a very smart Pokemon battler, and with that with that Scarf Chandelure that just came in, I was still fearing the Scarf and that Energy Ball, so I switch out here. I don't want to lose my Greninja yet, and I bring in my Gliscor to take that Energy Ball, and he does. It hits hard, but not hard enough, and he doesn't want to stay in and get Earthquaked here and lose his his biggust threat against my team is still that Chandelure, so he didn't want to lose it to this Earthquake. The Golurk comes in and takes it very well, and but like I said, he doesn't have no guard anymore. He has the Mummy, So, and it's a physical attacker, so I really wasn't too worried about this Golurk anymore. He goes for the Stone Edge, and it really doesn't hit me very hard at all. I managed to get the Toxic off, which I'm happy about, and since I know he can't hit me that hard, I'm just going to keep attacking. For now, I'm going to go for more Earthquakes, and just try to take that, combine that with the Toxic damage, and get that Golurk taken care of sooner rather than later. I don't want to sit here and protect stall. I know how boring that is, and I'm not going to keep setting up substitutes and protects and all that. So I'm just going to let him get off some damage on me, just so that we can get through this battle a little faster. I go for, like I said, I was going for Earthquakes, Toxic damage, and I decided to go for the Protect here because I am down at pretty low health now. So I want to get some HP back, and the Toxic does finally take out that Golurk on this turn. I'm healed up, I'm about pretty close to half health, and he is going to bring in, after that Golurk goes down, his Aegislash, which was an interesting move to me. He knows I carry the Earthquake, he knows he probably can't one-shot my Gliscor, and if he attacks me, he's probably going to go down in one hit to an Earthquake. He does get the Swords Dance up, so I know he is going to hit me pretty hard here. So I know I need to I need to survive this hit. And he goes for the Shadow Sneak, which was smart. Priority, get some more damage off on me. After that Swords Dance, I do barely live that with only about 40 hit points. I get that Earthquake off, and that's Aegislash out of the way. So his ghosts are kind of dropping like flies now. I'm pretty happy about that. I was really worried about his strategy, but now he brings out his Bayonet, and I think this is a newer addition to his team. I wasn't exactly sure how I was going to deal with it, what its movesets were going to be, so I just wanted to take it out as fast as possible. So I treated it just like I treated the Golurk. I go for a Toxic, and I'm just going to spam Earthquake until it is taken care of. He goes for the Taunt, but I'm fine with that. I'm not going to try to protect. I'm not going to try to substitute. All I want to do is get some damage off on that Bayonet there. And worst comes to worst, he can Destiny Bond me, and we both go down the same turn. I'm fine with that too. So he's going to go ahead and Sucker Punch me. I'm going to take that very easily, and I'm going to go for another Earthquake here. And like I said, he had used Taunt anyway, so it's not like I can sit here and really stall him out with Protects or anything. So I know I just have to keep attacking and hope it all adds up. He gets another Sucker Punch off me, and I do barely live that. Managed to get another Earthquake off, and combined with the Toxic damage on this turn. Actually, I think the Earthquake right there took out that Bayonet by itself. So yeah, so my Gliscor is barely alive. He sends out his Spectral, his Chandelure, Scarped Chandelure. I don't want to lose my Gliscor yet, because I know it still has that Earthquake, and I might be able to live an attack later on that Chandelure, so I want to save him. I bring in my Togekiss and get a Fire Blast right to the face. It does not hurt that bad, and I want to get some more damage off on that Chandelure right now. So I'm going to get an Air Slash off here, and I know Togekiss is going to go down the next turn. But I'm very happy he went for this Fire Blast, because now he is Choice Scarfed into that Fire Blast, and as soon as he takes down my Togekiss, I can safely bring in my Greninja and not have to worry about Energy Ball at this point. So, it all came down to Greninja versus Scarf Chandelure. I was worried about the Energy Ball, but because he was Choice Scarfed into Fire Blast, that's only a 2-hit KO on my Greninja. I know my Dark Pulse is going to be a 1-hit KO, and that is game. So, what looked like on paper could have been a 6-0 Greninja sweep turned out to be a nice, very interesting battle. He uses the Trick Room, he uses the No Guard, the Mummy. Those are all really great abilities and moves for his ghost types. They do him very well, and they really posed a challenge for my team. So thanks for watching. Go check out Rune's channel on YouTube. Go follow him on Twitter, please. He's a great guy. He's very good with his ghosts, and I really enjoyed this battle. Like I said, we had another battle, and he has it. Maybe he'll put it up on his channel, I'm not sure. But thanks for watching.